Welcome to another episode of T-Soul's Trophy Tips. This short video will provide a guide for all the Missable trophies on your path to getting that shiny Platinum for Shadow of the Tomb Raider on the PlayStation 4. This guide will also work on all versions of the game. It will take about 25 to 30 hours to obtain all the trophies, which include gathering all collectibles, challenges, side mission, and combat related trophies. This guide will mainly focus on the Missable combat trophies, then provide some tips on beating the game on the hardest difficulty, Deadly Obsession. To start off, I recommend going to Options, then Accessibility to turn repeated button presses to hold, and crank controls to directional to reduce the wear and tear on your controller. Now we'll get into the combat trophies. There are 4 skills you will need to purchase for these trophies. They are Serpent's Glint, which you will need to shoot a turkey in the Ruined Tower section of San Juan, Scales of the Serpent for getting 10 kills while under the focus buff, Serpent's Fury for chain killing 3 pairs of enemies, and Heart of the Jaguar for 10 kills while under the endurance buff. There are also 3 skills you automatically get in the story that are related to their own trophies. You will need to get enemies to kill 5 of their teammates with Jaguar's Spear, kill 10 enemies while under the perception buff from Eye of the Eagle, and get 5 stealth rope kills while hiding in trees with Eagle's Talon. Now I will show a good order to get these missable trophies. Near the beginning of the game, after exiting a cave, you will see one enemy coming down from a red elevator. After killing this guy, you can get the Playing with Fire trophy by burning 2 enemies at the same time with a Molotov.
Okay.
You will need a cloth material, and then grab the bottle, and hold R1 to craft a Molotov. Aim it between the 2 enemies by the forklift. I will also show another area for the Molotov kill later in the video if you don't have any cloths at this point of the game. Immediately after this part is a combat arena with about 7 enemies. You should try to get 3 headshots within 3 seconds with a pistol here to get the Gunslinger Trophy. It might take several tries, but you can always reload the checkpoint and try again without consequence. Actually, reloading checkpoints will work for all combat trophies since each kill has its progress saved. A while later, you will play a small segment with Lara as a child. There is a challenge here for hitting 4 bullseyes that is missable once you move on from this section. I'm not sure if this is needed for the 100%, but it's better to play it safe and get this while you're here. Just look around for a small black basket and use it to throw at the 4 targets. There are at least 2 of these baskets laying around the play area. One is in the dirt area, and the other is up near the crow's nest. Next is getting a stealth kill from a mud wall. There is a section which the game tells you to push square to cover yourself in mud. Make sure you cover yourself in mud, then go to the mud wall in the next part and get that stealth kill. In the same area, there are 2 guys next to each other that you can use to farm an easy chain kill. You will need to spend 3 skill points to learn Serpent's Fury to perform these kills. There are plenty of areas later on, including the last combat segment, for you to farm the chain kills, so you don't necessarily need to reload here. Continuing from this part, you will find several enemies near another forklift. You can use this section to burn both enemies with a Molotov if you missed it earlier. The next combat trophy is when you obtain the Eagle Talon skill. The area right after learning that has 3 trees to get rope kills. Just reload the second area with 2 trees together until you get the 5 kills needed for the trophy. A long time later, you will learn how to craft fear arrows through story progression. Use these arrows to make a grunt shoot his own allies and get 5 kills this way. Additionally, there are some combat trophies not related to a specific skill. They include getting 25 stealth kills, kill 3 distracted enemies, get 20 headshots with a bow, kill 5 enemies while they're searching for Lara, and lose the enemy 10 times. You would probably get these automatically except the one about losing the enemy 10 times. For this, you need to go out in the open, let an enemy see you, then run and hide for about 20 seconds. Also, San Juan is the last reliable segment to farm the combat trophies I mentioned, so get them all out of the way before you finish that area. You should select a new save slot when you reach San Juan to ensure you finish all the Missable trophies. I recommend having 2 playthroughs to get your platinum. The hardest difficulty does not allow survival instinct, and it will be near impossible to find all the collectibles. You should play on normal or easy first to get everything else out of the way, leaving only the trophies that require you to beat the game on the harder difficulties. Craft outfits that boost experience as early as possible. The stealth kill bonus on a pair of boots is probably the best one. There is also a New Game Plus system that carries over all your items, weapon upgrades, and most importantly, all the skills you purchase, making the second playthrough much faster. Finally, here are some tips for playing on the hardest difficulty, Deadly Obsession. Make sure to keep at least 3 hardwoods at all times since you need them to make a campfire. The game only saves when you sit down at these campfires, along with a couple major milestone autosaves. You should beeline the story and ignore collecting stuff on your second playthrough. In the combat sections, stealth is your best friend, followed by fear arrows. Try to take down lone enemies nearby through stealth, and use fear arrows for groups that are harder to reach. When you have no weapons, craft nearby bottles into molotovs. They usually kill enemies in one hit if they are caught in the blast radius. For the non-stealth combat sections, keep an eye out for red barrels and focus on shooting them. Most of the time, blowing up all the red barrels will progress the battle to the next sequence. Thank you for sticking around watching Tiso's Trophy Tips. This might be the best Tomb Raider game in the reboot trilogy, but do pace yourself while playing. One can only crawl, climb, and raid so many tombs before you see all the assets getting reused. Anyway, please leave any comments or questions you may have. Thanks again. Tiso out.